A man once said, "I'm not a failure, but I don't seem to be successful either. What am I doing wrong?" The wise man replied, "You are not a failure. You're just too comfortable with your failures. You haven't failed enough." He was confused. "What do you mean?" The wise man explained. "You have to fail so badly, so painfully, that failure becomes your only option, that success becomes the only option. Right now, failure is just another option for you. It doesn't hurt, so you keep failing again and again, trying different things. But you have to fail so badly at something that it hurts. Then, when success is the only option, you will succeed." A few months after this conversation, they met again. The man said, "I think I've finally done it. I've been failing so badly, so painfully, that failure is no longer an option for me. Success is the only option. So I think I'll be successful." The wise man asked, "Are you sure?" Because sometimes people confuse pain with progress. He said, "Well, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I thought I was failing so badly that success is my only option, but maybe I'm wrong." The wise man said, "Let me ask you a few questions, and you answer them honestly." The man agreed. He asked, "When was the last time you failed so badly that it hurt? When was the last time you failed so badly that failure was not an option and success was the only option?" The man thought for a moment and said, "Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to tell you. I've been failing all my life, but these failures were not painful. They didn't hurt. They were not serious. I was never really serious about anything. I was never really dedicated to anything. That's why I wasn't successful. But now I am serious. I am dedicated. I have found my purpose and I will succeed." The wise man said, "That's great. Keep going." This story tells us that we have so much potential inside of us that most of us will never tap into. We can do so much more than we actually do. Most people go through their lives just scraping by, just getting by, never really living to their full potential. And I believe the reason for this is that they do unfeel the pain of failure deeply enough. Yes, everyone fails. Everyone makes mistakes. Successful people make mistakes. But what separates successful people from non-successful people is how they deal with failure. How do you deal with failure? Do you see it as a stepping stone to success, or do you see it as an obstacle that keeps you from being successful? Successful people see failure as a stepping stone to success. Failure is just another excuse to learn, to grow, to improve, and to try again. But most people see failure as an obstacle. They see failure as a reason to give up. So what's the solution? How do you make sure that you don't see failure as an obstacle, but instead as a stepping stone to success? Well, the answer lies in feeling the pain of failure so deeply that failure is no longer an option for you. When was the last time you failed so badly that it hurt? When was the last time you failed so badly that failure was not an option and success was the only option? If you can't answer these questions, then you need to change that. You need to start taking risks. You need to start trying new things, and you need to start taking your goals seriously. Only when you feel the pain of failure so deeply that it hurts will you start to see failure as a stepping stone to success. Only then will success become the only option for you. So go out there and take risks. Go out there and fail miserably, so that success becomes the only option for you.